Okay, Sunday morning in the kingdom, and it's chilly out here. Yes, chilly and echoey. All right, let's see what we got here. We woke up to -3 Celsius this morning, but feels like -6. Yes, it's chilly and frosty. I don't know if you guys can see the frost. All right, on the yo-yo scale, +27, but feels like +23. And I'm still suffering from overdoing it the other day, moving that trailer with the screaming Ford. Yes, going for round 2, hurt the old guy, just like in the bedroom with the ladies. Oh, also too, today's Sunday, so make sure you clean your vacuum. I had to put it right here. That way I'm not bending over for you guys to see my cleavage. But it's also frosty on the corner of the film truck right there. Look at that. Everything is covered in frost. Yes, and the sun is coming up. We're going to have a warm week. Yes, a warm week. A second summer, as you would say. 5 warm days in a row. All right, there's that sunshine just looking good. And it's in the south, almost in the south. It's actually in the east. I'm not sure. I'm confused. I can't see it. My big head is in the road. And I think I hear Dick getting the helicopter warmed up and defrosted so he can torment the old guy holding a stick at the end of the world. All right, let's scroll a bit more. Hopefully we can get this intro done before Dick sound bombs us. Yes. Oh, I think he's coming. I don't know where he is. All right, we'll just scroll this way. Yeah, you can't have my back to Dick because he could crash the helicopter on top of me. All right, so here we go. I just made one full rotation now. The sun is in my eyes. Can we see Dick anywhere? I can hear him, but I can't see him. Well, I better go. Here comes the boss, even on a Sunday too. Okay, just about lunchtime in the kingdom, and I pump water to the house. I cleaned the water tote. I fixed the taps in the bathroom because I decided to leak and drip or whatever, and then the pump was cutting in all night, so I had to listen to the sound of that. Well, it's better than listening to the ex-wife. All right, so everybody, how'd you say, criticizes me, or the Karens of the internet, how'd you say, tell me TD6 with a gas motor is a T9. No, it's not. Okay, here's Aggie. He's an ag cat. He came with an emblem right here, and it said ag. Yes, and he has a different gear ratio in the rear ends, I think it is, or that's gearing or whatever. We found out the hard way. So he's an ag cat from the south, made into a dozer cat at the end of the world. And a true winter freighting cat, because he has his tail. Yes, he has his tail. So when he goes swimming, you throw the tail out, and then you can pull him back. All right, so Aggie will always be an ag cat, so he got the name Aggie. And his VIN number, or serial number, shows he's a TD6. T stands for track, D stands for diesel, and 6 is his size. So in other words, a tiny D6. Okay, this is the this is the red crane cat. Yes, the yellow crane cat we had became the famous black cat. So these guys came with gas motors. So the serial number on them is T-9. So track, gas motor, 9. And then if you switch it over to the farm tractors, it would be a W-9, meaning gas motor. If you switch it to the diesel, it would be WD9, which means wheels, diesel. Okay, and then the size, the 9. Okay, I had to stop the video there because Johnny G was making a delivery on a Sunday. Yes, with the long weekend, everything got bunched up, and he's a true company man, so he had to, make deliveries on a Sunday, and the people of WHO-ville will gladly accept their delivery because it's either now or they wait till the next week or whatever. It's a long wait. So that's Johnny G. So I thought I could film him. He just drove by over there, but I couldn't quite get it or zoom in, but I don't have the talent to zoom in on these Me phones or these cameras. All right, so the red crane cat has spent all its life from the 1940s as a USA military cat as a gas motor, okay? So then we took him swimming, so kind of cracked the head. Just a minor detail. You just don't take your cat swimming. That's a good thing not to do. Okay, we're over here at the yellow crane cat, which became the famous black cat. You can see the yellowness and the fact that it had street pads on, and it's a long track. Yes, a long track, so it has lots of rollers, so it makes a good winter freighting cat or trailblazing cat. So he's always had the gas motor in it, and that's the way it's always been. He's always been a gas motor. We've never changed it. He's always been known as the famous black cat with the gas motor. Okay, this is the TD6 known as the curse of reverse. Everything is cursed on this cat because the reverse gear came from Australia and the Aboriginals or whatever over there did the voodoo curse, the medicine man or whatever they call him, the shaman. I'm not sure. I'm getting confused. Maybe I should have a drink. All right, so everything went wrong on this cat, everything from the final drives, you name it, and then the motor finally went kaput. So to rebuild a diesel motor is very expensive, or to fix a diesel motor, especially when you live at the end of the world. But we can buy farm tractor motors. Yes, farm tractor motors down in the States for $500 USA, and then have them shipped north. So if you buy two at a time, shipping is cheaper because they fit nicely on the pallet, okay? So that's how the curse of reverse got a gas motor. But he's still known as a TD6 because he has a gas motor. Yes, but we always state that in our videos and our commentary that he's a TD6 with a gas motor, okay? We don't call him a T6 because he's not a T6. He still has all the livery and all the mechanical ism, yes, to be a diesel, yes. It's like you're a boy dressing up as a girl. You still have your manly things, no matter how many dresses you wear or how much makeup you put on. So these gas motors are in here as temporary. Yes, temporary. So 20 years from now, we'll change them out and put the diesel back in. Okay, this is Laverne, and he gets the most comments on the internet because we call him a TD6, and he has the TD6 label. We didn't paint it over. It says diesel right there. So when we tell everybody this is Laverne, a TD6 with a gas motor, everybody corrects me in saying it's a T6. No, it's not. That says diesel. That says TD6. The VIN number is still TD6. All the mechanisms and everything is still TD6. The frame hasn't been shortened because the diesel motor is longer, the gas is shorter. So I could have shortened the frame, but no, I chose to make rat hoses and everything to make it fit. All right. So he still has all the stuff to be a diesel because this gas motor in here is temporary. Okay, so that's what it pisses me off the most with these guys correcting me. Nobody asked me what happened to the diesel. Everybody's too busy correcting me like the Karens of the neighborhood. Nobody says what happened to the diesel. Do you need parts for your diesel? Or when do you think you're going to put the diesel back in? But the main thing is, these cats are almost 80 years old. So putting a gas motor in to get them up and going so we can show the world how they work, plus they have no computers, so if only have to worry about these new style batteries that drain out, we put a good one in, see they got different colors. So that's what I can't get over, these people of the internet and the world. They're so quick to criticize and everything like that. What happened to the days when people would go, hey, what's going on? Do you need a diesel motor? My grandpa had a diesel, it's sitting in the barn. I'll ship it to you free of charge. Okay, we're now over in trailer 5. Yes, it's the IH trailer. See all the shelves and everything? And this one we did paint white, so it's really nice to getting the parts or finding stuff and everything like that. So here's the motors. That's the cursive reverse motor and Aggie's motor. Yes, Aggie's motor. So these motors have to be fixed, okay? I think they have major problems. I can't remember. They're written on there. But the main thing is we didn't scrap them. They're still complete. They're still all together. We can rebuild them when the money tree blossoms. Or Elon Musk calls in his credit card, yes, to Sir Rodney, and Sir Rodney orders the parts, and we get these diesel motors up and going. But that's what I'm saying. I can't believe the people of the internet or the Karens of the world all criticizing because I'm calling a TD6 a diesel when it has a gas motor. Yes, I can't believe it. All right, let's go have some lunch and some beverage. I spoke my mind. Now it's time to get off the soapbox and get to work now that it's raining. Okay, slow day in the kingdom, and it is Sunday, so we should have went to the church picnic to meet the ladies, yes, and maybe one of the ladies would have come back to the kingdom to enjoy supper with me. All right, so people are asking about this drill core, okay? So this is what they did back in the day. They drilled into the bedrock, okay? That's not bedrock, that's his big boulders, but bedrock is green, okay? So they drilled down there to find the mineralization. So then we ended up with all this core in the yard after 23 years of, how would you say, giving our lives to the project, but we didn't drink the Kool-Aid, but we got smart in the end and realized it was all stock, pump, and dump. So this is what the drill core is. This is drill core from the 1950s. Back then, you just take the wood and they cut the grooves in it, all right? So they had fancy little hinges, and this was drilled into the bedrock to find out what was in there for mineralization. So this is what they're looking for. This is nickel. Okay, so this weighs a lot more than that rock, okay, because that's mineralization. That's the nickel they were looking for back in the day, but you need lots of trays of it to go mining, okay. So here's some different sizes of drill core. This is what they're drilling when they really want to look for gold and stuff like that, because you need more rock to find the gold that you can't see. Yes, and this is the standard size drill core they're using today, because when you split it in half, you get nice samples, okay. So this is what we have to do to clean up the yard. Is, how would you say, clean up the mess. Okay, so all this stuff was in the yard. It's flammable, yes. So if there was a forest fire and a spark lands on it, it would just burn instantly because the boxes were everywhere. So we bulldozed it into one pile, knowing that we'd be cleaning it up this way. So this is what we're doing. We pick the wood out, and we've used the backfill right here to smooth it out. Because as you can see, the yard is rocks and more rocks and more rocks. But then again, this isn't prime real estate in Florida or anything like that. This place has no resale value because it is the government of Canada's land. Yes, I pay taxes. It's called the crown lands or whatever. So I can't build permanently here or anything like that. It's like a cabin at the lake, okay? It's yours while you lease it or whatever, but you can't really make it permanent. Okay, once we realized we weren't getting paid and it was pointless having all this drill core in the yard with the boxes and being flammable, yes, for a fire, we were dumping it out. But then it got to be a pain in the ass, and then we figured out if we just bulldoze it, it works out good. Because this core by itself, you can't drive in it. You have to have some wood mixture in it like this. You can drive through it, yes, and don't worry about the nails, because by the time you drive over with a cat, smash it and dispose of it, the nails are all bent over and flat. So we can drive through that. That's when we realized to put it into the trailer and process it that way. Pick out the big stuff, we can burn it as kindling in the wood stove, and then leave the wood chiplets or whatever behind. Because this stuff here, you can't drive through, okay? So this has been dragged, and we've scooped stuff off. We use the mini hoe to take a fair amount away, and you still can get stuck in here, okay? So if you walk through this stuff, and if it's cut in half, that's of interest, okay? So there's one that's cut in half. They're looking for something, but there's nothing there. It's this stuff here that's cut in half, and it's oxidized or whatever. This would be the high grade nickel, especially this here when it flakes off, but that's what it is, okay? So that has no interest, no dollar value once it's out of the box, because you don't know where it came from. Yes, so the fellow should have just paid me and kept paying me, but no, I ended up getting screwed in the end. And I was stupid enough to continue on thinking I was saving the world and going to create jobs with all my hard-earned work. But in the end, I'm cleaning up this mess, yes. So the best part is we couldn't get paid for the work we did. And I figure it's going to cost me over $30,000 to clean up the mess of this stuff. But when I'm dead and gone, the yard will be smooth. Yes, the smooth. And everything will be cleaned up. That's the plan. So us cleaning up in the bush line here where they bulldozed it back in the 1940s or 50s or whatever, that's all nice now. Now we can see the wild animals come out, like the timber wolves, the foxes and the rabbits and everything come out, and you know, check out the dogs, you know. So cleaning up the yard really pays off in the end. Plus we have the byproduct, backfill and firewood. Yes, it's going to be nice and smooth here in the yard very soon. Okay, during the great lockdowns, our steel rack was down there for over 20 years or whatever. We kept all the steel down there, which didn't make sense because people come along the road there and then carry the pieces through the bush and put it in their truck and take it home. So instead of coming by and offering me a case of beer and drinking half of it with me, they were just, how would you say, nice enough to take the 5-finger discount. So during the great lockdowns, we moved everything up and we downsized and cleaned up this whole yard, because this yard back in here was all core storage and everything. Everything got put in that pile and bulldozed. Yes, toss it in, bulldoze it. That's the best way to do it. So this is where we first figured out that core with the smashed boxes, you can drive on them. Yeah, this was terrible ground here. All right, so we couldn't get in here and everything. We put the steel rack up here. We used the green toy. These is part of the dock system that has the other part, on the other side of the yard has the cat parts. So we put the steel in here. So we got it all organized and everything like that for the projects, how would you say, for my retirement. So getting it organized worked good. And then we had that rut making forklift. We couldn't drive up to the steel to get it out or pick what we wanted because we were getting stuck. So we started putting it here. So we used the mini hoe and the 39 Chevy and hauled it and smoothed it out. So this works out pretty good. We've never gotten a flat tire because all the nails have been smacked pretty good. So this worked out very well. Recycle, repurpose, and make it work. Yes. Most people would have to go to the quarry or to the gravel pit and backfill with gravel or something like that. We figured out this stuff works good. And the wood is decomposing very quickly because it's modern man's wood, which is plywood and light duty wood. So in 20 years, this wood is gone. Like, it's mostly mulched and everything. And also too, we had to put a gate up at the back here because people would drive into the yard, realize that this isn't the road out of town because they're drunk driving, because they're trying to avoid Main Street with the cops sitting there. So they go one block over, follow the road, and end up in the back gate here. So then they're in the middle of the yard trying to turn around. We're watching on cameras and seeing how they're drunk driving while they back into things. And then it's my fault when I go out to see what's going on because I park stuff in the yard. So it's my fault. So we figured out, we put the gate up here and the chain link or whatever is designed to come off. So when they're drunk driving, they come through here and the cable goes across. See it there? So the cable goes across and it's just hooked over on this side. So when they drive through it, it has reflective tapes and everything like that. The chain comes off. So that wakes them up. And then once they've done the damage to their vehicle, they kindly back out. They don't drive any farther, okay? So I'm a little worried with the van trailer number 1 here. You know, somebody could drive into it or rear end it. And it'd still be my fault because I parked it in the way. Okay, then it was in June of 2024 we decided we're going to move this trailer 6, to be with the rest of them. Yes, because it was in the other side of the yard. It was across the street here. Behind me. Yes, behind me, not across the street. So, okay, so we have experience working with drill core as a backfill and mix the dirt in. Yes, drill core as a plain round rock is useless. So we mixed it in, digging it up with the mini hoe. Yes, and then we hauled it in here with the loader and that tilting tub. And then we used the D6 9U, known as the hood with the blade on it. And we landscaped it. Yes, we landscaped it, okay? Because we knew that the Screaming Ford would only have one chance to get this trailer into a spot. Or we'd have to use the cat to pull it back and try again because somebody welded up the rear end. Instead of spending money foolishly on fixing the truck, I went and paid some bills instead. Yes, with the last of the winter road money. Yeah, the one fella that actually paid us. All right, so this is what we learned. This is how you do it, work with drill core. Make sure the dirt is in there. And rocks, don't worry, you can't avoid rocks. If you don't put rocks in it, rocks will show up in the batch, okay? So you can actually landscape it. We didn't really pack it. We just let the rain pack it. And then the Screaming Ford was able to drive over it, no problem. And we put the trailer here. It went so smooth, so slick, we had to have a victory drink. Yes, victory drinks, because we got it done. So that's how we learned all about drill core and how to make it work. So it's a nice backfill. And you can actually drag it too. So we have places in the yard where we filled in low spots. The chain drags that we use to build our winter roads or cat train trails, we just drag right over and it smooths it out. Yes, that works out pretty well. So we're making the best of a worse situation. Like, 1, we didn't get paid. 2, we had 23 years of our lives involved with it and not to get paid in the end. And then to clean up this mess, well, we're making the best of it. Yes, we're making the best of it, bettering the kingdom for my retirement, because then when I'm too old and can't work, I can scoot around in my meta chair and, how would you say, do interviews and stuff like that. Oh my. Okay, seems how it's Sunday. It doesn't feel like a work day, so if I wander around talking to myself, the boss will think I'm busy. So we'll continue on with the videos, and then we can enjoy beverage, and then we can be refreshed for working starting Monday morning. Yes, it's not a holiday either. Last Monday we worked right through, and it was a holiday. The boss never told us. All right, this is a Yorkshire Rafter trailer. Yes, Yorkshire. It came from the United States of America. It's obsolete. It's an oddball, and I think they only made one because it's such a poor design. It's a Yorkshire, as in the ponies or that horse or whatever. Okay, so what's under here is a electric hydraulic power pack, all right? So it's 12 volts, runs hydraulics, because there's a hydraulic cylinder that pushes this plate down. So you push this pin, the pins over, that's the safety, and it'll lift this 5th wheel plate. Okay, so it'll lift it. And the hydraulic cylinders will tilt this trailer. Okay? Yes. So this is spooky. All right. I mean spooky. So basically, I bought it for the price of the steel. Like, you couldn't buy the steel, like this H-beam or I-beams and everything. So I looked at it as the steels. But I needed a trailer for my sleighs, okay? So to make this thing tilt, this thing here actually slides forward. All right, so those little wheels slide forward. Can we see this, Les Nessman? All right, so there, it slides. All right, so there's the locking mechanism, which has no safeties whatsoever. There's no spring loads, there's nothing. Once their air is lost or whatever, you're toast. Yeah, this thing is spooky. How it was actually certified for in Canada, it did pass the safety when I bought it, but it's spooky. So the best thing to do is to get rid of these air cylinders and replace them with hydraulics, because hydraulics, you can make them spring loaded or locked. So how would you say, nothing's going to vibrate out on these winter roads. I did all the air lines, air tanks, everything, upgraded it all and made it like, how would you say, almost working. Okay. So it has these funny little small tires because it has to go forward to tilt. All right. So the fifth wheel, or the hydraulic cylinders on the fifth wheel, it lifts the trailer up, and then there is rollers. See this stuff that was welded on here or bolted on here? These were rollers. I think these were guides or something, okay? Because you're going to unload a trailer load of rafters and it's coming off fast. So they had these hinge locks on the rollers, no means of braking. So you uncoupled everything and hope that the rafters didn't fall off before you tilted it, because there was no way to stop it. It was very spooky, very poor design. That's why there was no miles or anything on this trailer. It's like brand new. So this thing here at the back was square, and it had a bumper. So it lifted the front of the trailer up in the air, and it goes up fairly high. And this bumper sat on the ground, and the rafters slid off. So your last rafters kind of fell 4 feet down to the ground, or 3 feet down. So most likely it broke the ends off. There was, pretty spooky. There was a roller at the back here to assist the breakage of the rafters. So I bought it basically for the price of the steel, got it delivered to the end of the world. It's certified safety. I think we went to Kennesaw once to haul some scrap cars back, and that's when we realized this thing isn't very safe. So we spent some time here making it a sleigh trailer. So we put the beaver tail on. Yes, we're Canadians, so it's a beaver. Yes, we like the beaver. So these are where the gray trucker tail lights bolt on. These lift out or whatever, and you can move them into the basket here, so that way the back of the trailer is totally open, okay? And you can get rough with it to load a sleigh. So we have the channel iron here, and then the sleigh skis follow the channel iron up to the front. So I can get 2 complete winter freighting sleighs up on this trailer when I finish it. But it's the thought that counts. We're having fun. It's part of my retirement. How would you say we work on it and continue on? And we put these things here so we can drive a cat up. It'll be pretty scary, but we'll get it done. Okay, I now climbed up on top of the Rafter trailer, as we're still calling it the Rafter trailer, but it's the Yorkshire. So this is all the lumbar sleigh parts, okay? The staff cut out the ski panels, so these are the pieces that get welded onto the skis. We actually do have some of them with the actual original casting of Lombard right in there, and they're rare, okay? But these are the Lombard crossbow. We have all the ski shoes or runners or whatever for the bottom, and then over here we have the rest of the bunks. Yes, the bunks. And that's how they go together. That's Lombard sleighs all marked out for the bunks. And there's the saddles, and then the hitches or whatever for the cross poles. And then the cross pole hitches are right there. We're replacing the wood with the drill rods. And we have the scrap pieces that we need to put into the, how would you say, the bunks, so it all works out. We found some channel iron to continue on with the groove for the sleigh runners on this sleigh. So everything is coming together as long as we stay organized and stay sober to get these projects completed. Okay, we'll add an intro here introducing the staff and her day.
Sunday morning in Whoville, it's just after 10 a.m. We're not doing anything in the kingdom. As you can see, it has started raining. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 4 degrees Celsius, which is 39 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in and make breakfast. Then I'll head over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. 11 a.m. and I just got the quad out. Now I'll head over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. Pretty sure we're not doing anything today. I just have to go over and drop off some butter for him so he can have his lunch. Just after 11 a.m. and I made it to the kingdom. Looks like we're not doing anything today. It is a rain day, as you can see behind me. It's getting pretty nasty out there, so I'll grab my dog treats and head back into Whoville. Then I'll come back at 4 p.m. and see what my dad's up to. 11:30 and I just made it back from the kingdom. The rains have stopped for the moment, so I'll head inside and start my dad's laundry. Then at 12 p.m. do my lunch weather. 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. Had leftovers from last night. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's still 4 degrees Celsius, which is 39 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It was raining for a while. As you can see, it's pretty wet, but now it stops. Let's head inside and let the dogs out. Almost 4 p.m. and I just finished laundry. Now I'll head over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. Pretty sure he's just relaxing now because it was raining most of the afternoon, but as you can see, it finally stopped and the sun is trying to peek out, so let's get going. 4 p.m. and I made it to the kingdom. My dad is just inside relaxing, so I'll head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather around 5 p.m. or so. Looks like it might rain again because the sun has disappeared. 4:30 and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 8 degrees Celsius, which is 46 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. As you can see from my weatherboard, the wind is picking up, but the sun is shining and those dark clouds are moving away. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, start making supper, and end my day.
Okay, that's it for us. We had a relaxing Sunday, and the beverages are tasting good. But we worked too hard this week, and we got a busy week coming ahead, yes. And also, too, I made a mistake. It's not a Yorkshire trailer. Yeah, Yorkshire's the horse. It's a Wiltshire trailer. Oh, my. I did a quick Google search, and nothing comes up on the manufacturer in the States there, Wiltshire. All I got is Stonehenge. Oh, well, so I learned something new today. Yorkshire is the horse, Wiltshire is Stonehenge. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some more, and call it a day. We'll talk to you later.